Yeah. Hello, class. My name is Yusuf Tayyib Ajibola. So today I'll be talking about using an ADDIE model to design instruction for a self-regulated learning environment. So firstly, self in a easy understanding, self-regulated learning is like a learner-centered environment whereby the learner control what they do, what they learn, how they learn, and when they learn. So, compared to a teacher-centered learning where teachers teach everything. So, but in a self-rooted learning, learner decide on what they want to learn. So, but this this recording, we are going to talk about how to design an instruction for them. So, in which we are going to use RD model. So the RD model is what we are going to use to design instruction for them. So the first letter of RD model, which is A, stand for the analyze. So in that stage, the researchers analyze the learner to know their differences and difficulties they are facing when studying, their goals that each of every learner set to achieve, the learning outcome that each student must master, even their characteristics concerning the knowledge, their attitude and skills, all will be put together in analyzing stage to know how the instruction be designed to fit what they need. So in this recording, the researcher is recording is making is designing an instruction for a what do you call it, secondary school students, yes. So on their English language. So to analyze, to know their characteristics, their difficulties, their goals and everything, a Google form was given to them. So for them to fill so that the researcher can have each and every one of them response, which is going to be different. And the differences will be considered in designing their instruction for them. So, and the question also were also written in Malay language and English language so they can understand them because it was a instruction that was designed for a Malaysian people. So it was written in Malay language so they can understand the questions on the Google form friendly so they can give an accurate answer. So in same still on the analyze stage, the main problem that the researcher is trying to look on is what they see about the topic, which is called tenses. So in the Google form, the researcher asks them to know their learning preferences or needs, what they think, their abilities, their present knowledge or things, their abilities, motivation for learning the topic under the English language. So all those we analyze on the analyze stage so the researchers can have their feedback to design the instruction for them. So the second one is D, which stands for the design stage. So in the design stage, the researcher prepare a plan for doing a digital model that begins with developing a framework for making digital models. So upon receiving their feedback through the Google form, then the researcher comes to a conclusion that, okay, a digital model will be designed for them. So, so that it can suit what they need. But all this, it's based on the response that was received by them. So in the design stage, the researchers, all the step that it embarks on is that it's creating a storyboard or design of all the tenses inputs in the form of a bit-sized video. So determining the best teaching method, developing a practical, action-oriented learning objective to steer the learning process. So, and the second in this phase, the learning material were designed using the data gathered during the need analysis, which is analysis stage. So considering all data gained regarding the students' learning needs and difficulties they encounter while learning English tenses, the researcher developed a self-regulated and interactive model based on the information. So in the design stage, so all the action that is going to come up there is going to be on the response received from the analyzed stage. So, and the researcher decided to go for a digital model. So, following the development stage, so in the development stage, a slideshow software called PowerPoint presentation, which is provided by Microsoft, as you all know, was utilized in order to develop the materials because both the teacher and the student are familiar with it. So, and it could be used to encourage student involvement with course contents and make lectures more entertaining, student-centered, and interactive because they are more familiar with the PowerPoint. So, and the researcher developed a self-regulated and interactive model that reflect the student's level of proficiency. So, and this module include a bit-sized video that was designed in the design stage, so which were fun enough and did not require a long attention span. So, as well as quizzes that follow the videos. So, we also developed this development stage. So, there were three set of basic tenses used in the module: simple present, simple past, and simple futures were all brought together in the digital model that was developed in this stage. So the model was then distributed to individuals who had expertise via Google form in order to validate it and acquire their feedback on it. So after developing it, it was sent to an expert so that they can validate it and get the feedback if there will be any correction needed. So these are the what do you call it, the bit-sized video, the quizzes, and the simple present and future sentence that was included in the development of the single interactive model, self-regulated learning. So, and this is the feedback from the what do you call it, from the expert that was asked to validate the model. So these were their feedback. So, and the following stage is implementation. So this is the implementation whereby the development results are applied in learning to determine the effects of the quality of learning, including effectiveness, attractiveness, and learning efficiency. So upon the feedback from the experts on the developed module, so then the module was implemented for students to see the effectiveness and the efficiency of it. So in this phase, the self-regulated learning interactive module was implemented to 5 pupils in one of the primary school in Peninsular Malaysia West Coast. So initially, the pupils completed the first set of 10 modules, that is the simple pretense, with their teacher in order to provide them with visual of how the module look after they have been taught the grammar item. They accomplished this with the rest of the module on their own as an enrichment activity. So this is the stage of implementation whereby the developed module was implemented and was implemented with 5 pupils in primary school at the Peninsular Malaysia West Coast. So following the evaluation stage, so evaluation is carried out at the end of the program to determine its efficacy and effect on student critical thinking skills and if learners' goals are achieved. And this stage give room for any updates if needed. So the evaluation stage is to evaluate if truly the module utilized by students improve their critical thinking and if the goals set by learners are achieved. So the pupils were given another set of Google form to test their perception on the self-learning interactive module using a Likert scale design since it's evaluating they are doing so, and to get an evaluation or perception from the user, a Google form was given to the students that used the developed module at the implementation stage to know their perception on it. So the information gathered will be used as a guide for redesigning or improving the module if needed. So, and the first few questions of the questionnaire require people to tell whether they managed to watch all the bit-sized video provided before the quiz starts and whether they finish all the quizzes given. So then the researchers move toward pupils' reaction to the interactive self-regulated learning model. So pupils need to answer about their understanding regarding the topic of tenses and their liking toward the module that have been created. So these are all what is included in the Google form to get the evaluation from the students. So to note down the improvement that will be needed. So the objective um, of developing the interactive module will be achieved. So um, this is all I have to say in my recording, and using ADDIE model again, using ADDIE model to design instruction for a self-regulated learning. So thank you for your time and have a nice day. Bye.